Hello, my most amazing artists. Are you ready for your Arty party today? It is Thursday and it's time for your Thursday Arty party. Today we are gonna make comics. So come and join me as we make a comic strip and fill it with easy to draw characters. Let's go. Hello, amazing artists. All right, we are going to make a comic strip today. I'm super excited about this video and your Thursday Arty party. If you need help with characters, I did a video showing how to draw some simple characters with just a circle and a body, and then adding just really simple shapes onto them. Even how to draw a dog, and you could do a cat pretty much the same way. So if you're needing some extra help, go watch that video and then come back and watch this video. All right, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start pretty simple. We're gonna do a 3-panel comic. So get a regular piece of paper, fold it over, just like that. And that way you have a top and a bottom. We're gonna do 3-panel storyboard up here and then our final comic down here. Storyboarding is really important, and you've probably heard that term on animation channels if you ever watch those, or if you ever get like a Disney DVD, a lot of times they'll have some of the storyboards on there. That's how they work everything out before they start the illustrations, because you have to work out what your story is going to be. All right, so we need to draw 3 squares across this panel at the top and 3 at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it again just to kind of keep it easy for me to deal with. And I'm going to start right inside where the paper is. And I'm actually not going to stop. I'm going to go the whole length of the paper, top and bottom. This is my frame. And then down like this. Okay, then I've got to figure out where my middle panel is going to be, so I can just kind of judge this a little bit and just kind of make some little marks here. That looks pretty good. And then draw straight down. If you can't draw a straight line, you're not the only one. I can't really either. Get a ruler, whatever you need to do, or just don't sweat it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Don't sweat the small stuff, right? You gotta do the important stuff. Just gonna make sure I'm still in the camera frame. All right, so, and I draw 2 lines because I'm going to erase, and my eraser's not that good on this pencil, but I'm gonna give it a shot anyway. Gonna erase that top and that bottom. There we go. I think my daughter used this pencil to paint with. So now I have 3 squares. These are gonna be my storyboards. So now what I'm gonna do is my comic is gonna be, my real actual comic is gonna be down here. Make sure everything's centered. All right, so I'm just gonna do that same thing again down here. Except when I come to these spots here, I already know where I've chosen it, so I can just go like that and just make little marks for myself to help myself remember where that's gonna be. And then I'll go ahead and just draw straight down again. And then when I get to the bottom, I'm just gonna come across and connect those lines together. And actually, if your lines get a little wonky, that's okay, because it makes it look homemade and it looks kind of cool. All right, so pick which one you like the best for your comic and for your storyboard. I'm actually gonna use this one for my storyboard because my lines did get a little crooked, so I'll go ahead and use that one for my play. This is my plan and play. So thinking about what you're gonna do for a comic can be really hard to come up with ideas, right? So I'm gonna do something fairly simple. I'm gonna do a boy and his dog, and I'm thinking that the boy might have thrown a stick for the dog to fetch, and maybe the dog brings back something really funny. I don't know what that's gonna be yet, but we'll see. So A lot of times comic book artists will put the name of the comic right here in this top part here. So this is kind of like your title right here. Especially if you're looking at comics in the newspaper, a lot of times they're right there. And then they draw here. So since this is my planning, I'm not going to worry about being perfect. I'm just going to kind of get the storyline down. So I'm going to use stick people because that's really easy. So he's throwing this stick, and you got to use little balloons for them to talk. And see, my stick is going to the balloon, but I can fix that in the next one. So I can say fetch, and let's just call the dog Bingo. Fetch, Bingo. So the dog should be excited and looking at his master. Big eyes. He's like, yay, fetch. Maybe he's sitting down, his tail wagging. And you can put little marks right here showing that his tail's wagging back and forth. And there's his little legs. So fetch, Bingo. And then the next panel, I'm gonna show this stick. I'm actually gonna have Bingo coming out here because that looks pretty cool a lot of times when they come out of the picture plane. Bingo's gonna be running with his, and let's have his tail kind of going off to the side because he's really excited. And maybe his ears are even going backwards because he's running so fast to get the stick. His eyes are really big because he's excited. And there goes the stick up in the air. Let's have him looking up in the air. The stick is flying through the air. He's going after it, and you can even put little lines showing the stick is flying through the air and little lines showing that Bingo's running really fast. Oh, don't forget the ground. We gotta do the ground. And then in the last panel, you have to wrap up your story. So I'm gonna have my boy here, and he's gonna have this confused look on his face. So his hands are gonna be on his hips like, what? His eyes are gonna be big, and maybe some question marks around his head, like, what is going on? And Bingo is gonna be bringing something. What can Bingo bring? Maybe Bingo could bring like a whole big tree. That would be funny. Let's say that Bingo brings, okay, but I don't know how we could put a tree in here. Let's see. I suppose we could have Bingo backing up, pulling the tree in. Uh-oh, I made him a little too big. That's okay, this is just the storyboard. Backing up, pulling the tree in with his mouth and his ears. Big giant, he's uprooted this big giant tree. And it's got leaves on it. So he's brought this tree, and the little boy's like, whoa, Bingo, you didn't get the stick, you got the tree. And I don't know, we gotta think of a name for our comic. Maybe we could just do A Boy and His Dog. That's pretty cute. Okay, so now I'm going to unfold and use my storyboard to make my comic, to make it a little bit more believable and real looking and not just really sketchy like this. So my first panel is A Boy and His Dog. And comics are often written in all capital letters. I don't know if I can fit his dog in here, so I can always go this side and go like that. All right, so I'm gonna use this simple head and body shape that we talked about in the video with the characterization, and very simple arms, simple face, simple hair, simple legs and feet. And I'm gonna actually write Fetch Bingo first. Remember, I gotta write it in capital letters. I don't know why. It's just what they do. So usually the speech bubbles bump up against the top of the frame. And then he's throwing the stick. And Bingo is being so obedient, and he's gonna go fetch. I'm basically gonna do the same dog that I did before. Maybe a little bit bigger, there we go. His tail's wagging, he's excited. Here's the ground. Okay, fetch Bingo, and then Bingo's gonna run. Again, I liked how it came out of the picture plane here. So here's Bingo running. He's going quick, going fast. His head needs to be really far forward. It shows he's really running really hard. His tongue is out here on the side. His eyes are up in the air. His ears are backwards because he's running so fast. And that stick is zooming in the air right above him. Then on the last one, I don't really like the way the tree turned out because it was kind of hard to see what was going on. So I'm actually gonna draw Bingo first. Bringing the tree into the picture frame, wagging that tail again because he's making his master happy. Says, I brought you something, master. I brought you a whole tree. So he's straining and he's got this tree and he's biting it. So kind of make his mouth biting it. And he's still happy. He's like, you know, not very smart, I guess, because he's kind of gotten a tree. And yeah, you can definitely erase if you make a mistake. That's no problem. So here's all the roots of the tree. And let's not make it a huge tree because I think that was kind of a problem last time. So I'm just making some branches and then making the foliage here. Now I actually want our boy to say, good dog? Like a question mark here. I think that would be like he's not sure if Bingo's a good dog or not. So he's gonna have this weird look on his face. His eyes are really big. Eyebrows really big. Maybe hair's standing up because he's like, oh my goodness. And if you don't want him speaking, you can make a thought bubble. So I'm just gonna have him do a thought bubble. So we'll do, remember, all capitals. And how you make a capital letter with all capitals is you just make it bigger. Everything's capitalized, but if you want to make a bigger first letter, that will look more like a capital letter. Good dog. And then a question mark. And then a cloud shows what people are thinking. So here's my body. And he's gonna be really shocked. So his hands are down to his arms are down to his side. He's just standing there. He's like, he just doesn't know what to do. He's like, okay, we got a tree now. Okay, the last part of your comic is going to be the inking. So you're gonna get a pen and you're just gonna draw over everything with your pen. If you want, you can color it as well. I'm not gonna do the whole thing because I know you guys are itching to go get started because this is a lot of fun. And so ink it up and then you can color it. And if you need inspiration, see if you can get some comics from the paper, or I think you can even look at comic strips online. A lot of the Sunday funnies I read as a kid are still out there, like Family Circus, Dennis the Menace. Gosh, I can't even remember. There were so many. I used to read them every morning. So ink up your bottom squares here, your final. You can cut this part off or you can just fold it. And don't forget to sign your comic. And usually comic artists just sign their last name right in that last one right there. So there you go, guys. Pretty awesome. I hope you have a lot of fun with this, and I really want to see what you've learned later. So there you go. Okay, guys, I wanted to come back and show you one more. I found this when I was working on it. I was actually making a 6-panel comic strip. So if you've got a longer story to tell or you just want to draw lots of comics, you can always just make this into a 6-panel instead of a storyboard and a comic. So I have the Adventures of Stickman. Here I've just done a stick figure and stick dog. And in my family, we have a guy named Evil Dr. Octopus, and he's always the bad guy when we play. And so I did this story about him wanting bendy arms because he has these straight arms here. And he's telling Stickman, you know, give me $1 million so I can get bendy arms or I'll steal your dog. Now, I don't know what happens in these squares because I never did finish this, but at the end he gets bendy arms and he's like, oh no, now I can't walk. So I thought that was really cute. So you can tailor this however you want. I love doing good guy, bad guy stuff, and especially when the bad guy gets what he wants at the end, but it doesn't work out for him. That's always really funny. So good luck, guys. Have fun.
And now we have another Abby break where Abby licks the bottom of my shoe.
What's on there that tastes so good?
Abby. She's obsessed. Oh my gosh.
Abby. Abby.
I wanted to show you where I got the iris from in the video where we did the coloring. These are growing by my garage and they are absolutely spectacular. Look at that. They're really tall too. And they smell amazing. I wish you could smell them. They're just beautiful. Just wonderful.